All right, and this is news coming in from Andhra Pradesh as well, where Discom has issued a cautionary note, and in fact, consumers have been asked to use electricity judiciously, maintaining self-restraint in using power gadgets as well. That's the advice that's come in here as far as Andhra Pradesh is concerned. Ayushman joining us for more details here. Ayushman, of course, this is a situation where multiple states are facing this issue, and people across the board should be using electricity judiciously at this point. But if you can take us through what is this advisory that's come in here?
Well, Avni, the Andhra Pradesh Central Power Distribution Company Limited had issued, it was an advisory which was issued on 9th of October, which said that it was a cautionary note in a way, which said that power consumers need to maintain self-restraint in using power gadgets. And the CPCDL urged the consumers to be judicious in using the power utilities because of the dipping power generation from the thermal plants. And this comes into the backdrop of the chief minister writing to center over the situation of coal storage in the thermal plants and the situation that is lying ahead. We have seen the chief minister of Andhra Pradesh writing to the prime minister or to oversee the situation, and in backdrop of that, the Andhra Pradesh Central Power Distribution Company also urged the consumers to maintain self-restraint while using power gadgets. So the crisis, which have been downplayed by the center somewhere, in states the situation doesn't look good because of the cold storage facility. There are multiple cautionary messages coming from the distribution companies.
All right, Ayushman, thank you so much for joining us with all of those details. And this is as far as the latest on the power crisis, where Punjab cabinet minister has said that they are dealing with the power crisis of the state, power cuts being imposed. Punjab government has added that the centre has already given an assurance to help them. However, at this point in time, the power cuts have been imposed in Punjab. They've resorted to power cuts like some of the other states as well. And saying that they are dealing with the power crisis. However, they've got assurances from the centre that they will get the help that is required. This is the latest as far as Punjab government is concerned. Remember, other governments in other states are also looking at power cuts. Some of them have already imposed power cuts. Others are still mulling power cuts at this point in time. Gurpreet joining us for more details. Gurpreet, what can you tell us about the situation in Punjab at this point? What kind of power cuts are we talking about?
Well, that what we have learned from Punjab Singh, who is the cabinet minister, he says that they are dealing with this coal problem in the state. At the same time, they are also trying to understand why these thermal plant people who are in agreement with the Punjab government, they haven't saved 30 days coal supply. That is also mentioned in the clause. They will also take action against them. But as of now, they say, yes, there is a problem in the state. And for that, they have also decided to impose cuts so that they can compensate and combat with this problem. And what we are picking up from there, cabinet meeting has been scheduled today. And today in the cabinet meeting, these all angles are being discussed with the chief minister. And finally, the state government is trying to find out some alternatives so that the farming sector should not be imposed. At the same time, we can see that in Jalandhar and various pockets of Punjab, the protests are being held by the farmers because farmers say that they are not able to get a regular supply and there is a disruptive supply, and that's why the farming sector is badly affected with these power cuts.
All right, Gurpreet, thank you so much for joining us with all of those details. On that note, we'll slip into a quick break. We'll be back with lots more.